Hello, everybody. Today, on today's show, we are talking about the 3 wealthiest zip codes in the United States. Barry, what do they have in common?
They don't have mobile homes.
Right!
Hello, everybody. My name is Barry Horvath, and this is Moving Forward TV with your local market update.
And I am DeLynn Gaston. Thank you so much for joining us today. So
what are we going to do?
We are going to give the surprise answer. Who are the 3 wealthiest zip codes in the United States? And you know what? Beverly Hills 90210, not it.
I have a question for you. Do you think our viewers care? Are they going to move there? Are they going to buy real estate there? Are they going to do a loan there?
You know, if we were to move there, we would lower the income.
You got a good point.
They would no longer be the wealthiest.
You got a good point. You know what?
And all right, so
I really wasn't.
Where's my results?
I don't know. I was not making fun of mobile homes, by the way, in the teaser.
I know.
But you know what? We're going to talk about that today because that's become a big sector because that low-cost housing is what people are looking for. So maybe.
And actually what we're going to be talking about is the unique properties. So there are some unique properties that are out there and the challenges in the lending world that we face that you can help us with if you have one of these unique properties that we're trying to get financed.
So let's talk about those 3 wealthiest cities you keep talking about. Come on, bring it on.
And the drum roll is, where's my 3 wealthiest? Oh, here they are.
Oh, thank you, Thing.
We have our own thing.
I like it.
All right.
Wait a minute. Did you just see that?
I did. We have a thing. What? Doesn't everybody?
I don't think so. I don't think I've ever seen Thing before. Is he new on our show?
He is. He's a little shy, so he kind of just stays in the background.
It kind of freaked me out. I'm not going to lie. All right. So you want to do the top 3?
So,
Let's do 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. Okay. Two out of 3 are in Florida, so that's really why we're kind of doing this because that was surprising. We all automatically think California. So, no.
Yeah. So we all know in the real estate mortgage lending world, and
we need to move.
No, that's not the point of it. You know, and I know some of you. You don't want to do the $60,000 deals or the $80,000 deals. You know what? But that does help people. There is a segment. There is a market for that. But the work. You people in real estate that have been doing this a long time, the work is somewhat the same, whether you're dealing with $1 million unique properties.
Completely the same, right.
Or $50,000 properties.
And sometimes the $50,000 unique properties are actually more work because they're more challenging. Maybe in like manufactured homes or rural homes, which are the ones that we're going to be talking about along with our multi-million-dollar homes and the jumbos. So the unique properties, the 3 unique properties we're talking about today is the jumbo market, the large multi-million-dollar properties.
So where are we likely to
manufactured
find
homes
those?
and rural homes.
Since you made that thing pop up,
my thing.
Why don't you have us tell us what are the top 3 and what's their earnings?
Do you want to go backward? 3, 2, 1?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so number 3. Where President Trump lives himself when he is in Florida.
Oh, throw that in.
Palm Beach.
Just for the record, this is a non-political show.
Zip code 33480 is Palm Beach, and the average income there, and mind you, they did this by looking at tax returns, is $1.25 million.
So what are you telling me? They did 4506s on everybody in that zip code?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
They pulled a transcript?
I don't know, but they said that they did, and that they checked it with the IRS.
So what you're telling me is,
that's where these income figures are coming from.
President Trump, who would not supply his tax returns during the entire campaign,
supplied them for this survey. Yes.
Wow.
See
amazing.
that?
See?
See? You just have to ask nicely. That's all it comes down to. If you're ask nice.
All right, what's number 2?
So Palm Beach was number 3. Number 2 is Atherton, California, which is part of Silicon Valley.
Well, that would make sense because all those tech companies out there, big earners,
Google.
Yeah. What are the home prices like?
The average income is $1.5 million.
Seriously?
Average income, $1.5 million out there.
Wow.
And then the number one,
Yes.
back in Florida here, Fisher Island, which I didn't know. I had to look it up. It's actually in the Miami area.
Is it really? So it's an island where you have to
It
get
is
there
an
by
island.
ferry only?
You get there by ferry only. That's why I said if you haven't driven through it, there's a reason. You can't get there unless you either own out there or you know somebody who owns out there. Wow. It is very locked down, pretty tight.
I'm surprised President Trump hasn't bought in there yet.
I know. He might. You never know. The average income on Fisher Island in Florida is $2.5 million.
Wow.
$2.5 million. A million more than California, than Atherton.
That's pretty amazing. I like what you're going to say next because it's right here, almost in our hometown.
Almost. So, are you guys ready to move yet? We don't have to move all the way down to Fisher Island to make like quadruple our income in a deal. Right now, number 15 on the list is Naples. Naples is not that far from us.
How much are they making there?
Average income is $695,000. We can do that, guys. Come on, let's all move to Naples. A few deals, our income goes up.
Why don't we bring Naples to here?
There you go. That is a good idea.
Let's put up nicer housing, give more jobs.
Well, that's what we're doing.
Yep, we are.
Driven out 54 lately. And even I noticed on Rowan Road, by the way, I noticed some new properties going up or off Rowan Road. I got to ask you about that, but another time, not during the show.
Those are townhomes.
Oh, okay. See, I knew
They're over 200.
He knows everything.
They're over 200.
Okay. Seems so,
and they're going to be on the river. There's going to be a little river walk there, so I thought it was pretty cool.
So they'll be going up then in value. Yeah. If they're 200-ish now, they're going to go up. If they're
if the market
once they're done and the market continues to go up the way it is. We do have a lot of land and a lot of building that's being done, so it really is an up-and-coming area. Pasco is really starting to jump nicely.
It's actually, we were in the top percentile in the country for growth as far as, especially on the housing price. We're one of the hottest sectors, go figure.
Good for us.
Yeah, good for us. Good to be me.
Good to be us. So on these jumbo properties and these
so typically
mansions,
McMansions,
I like to call them. So lending, the challenge that we have with those, and I know that you as the realtor professional have challenges sometimes too, inspections or things like that. How do you do the inspections on those? Like, I can do
hire
that.
A crew.
I could do that. Yeah, I know they hire a crew. So, imagine having to re-roof one of those houses.
No, the McMansion. So I think the important number for the
lending purposes.
Yeah, I think is the 453-100, which is the jumbo limit.
So just keep that in mind. The jumbo limits did go up this year, or the conforming limits went up to 453-100. So anything more than that in a loan is considered a jumbo.
Not the purchase price.
Not the purchase price. But if the
and
loan
that doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means you're going to need at least 10% down.
And that's what I was going to say. So when we are talking about jumbo, depending upon how jumbo it is, if it's like $500,000 loan or $6 or something like that, or is it a $2.5 million loan or a $4 million loan or something, your down payment is definitely, you're not going to get one of those first-time home buyer
you're not 3%
downs. Now you're going to have to come up with more of a down payment. Usually in those circles, not that much of an issue.
Yes.
But it does create some challenges though. So just kind of keep that in mind out there. They're not your slam dunks normally.
All right, now that we went from $1 million, McMillions. Next, we're going to talk about some unique guidelines on your favorite.
Rural housing and, well, we'll wait on the rural housing.
Yeah, we won't tell them. We'll tell you more about it right after this. talked about the top earning cities.
Yes.
The wealthiest cities in
And
the
the
country.
McMansions.
And the McMansions and the jumbo limits and how you got to have 10% down.
Yes.
Now let's go to one of the fastest growing sectors right now that many of you try to avoid, but it's reality. It's here because low cost housing always has and will have a place in the market.
It will.
And manufactured housing
Good point.
is just that.
Manufactured homes. And, you know, a lot of, especially down here in Florida, because we have a lot of people moving down from up north and paying cash for these manufactured homes. And they want that because they're snowbirds. Maybe they're only here 6 months out of the year, so they don't want...
It's low cost.
It's low cost. It's
Yeah,
low maintenance
I mean,
to them.
I'm seeing now in Pinellas, like it's hard to find anything under, say, 200,000.
Right.
And for, you know, somebody that's renting an apartment at, say, $1,200 a month,
Right.
for them to move up to $1,400 may be a stretch and
Right.
hard. They may qualify, but they're not used to that. It's a struggle.
But if they
And
can
then
get a-
come up with the, you know, the down payment and the cost of upkeep. You know,
Right.
they might. That at some point people say, I'm going to just go ahead and stay renting.
Right.
Risking, of course, that
That's gonna go up.
That
Your rent's gonna go
$1,200 a month
up.
rent is going to go to 13 or 14.
But
So people are stepping into the manufactured
Right.
housing as
Because
an
it's
option.
right, because it's low cost, low maintenance, and it works for their particular situation. Now, like Barry said, I know that there definitely are some challenges with it, and we wanted to give you guys a heads up. I know that you already know. Don't turn the show off at this point.
Yeah, don't
Come
turn it
on,
off.
Come on,
'Cause we're good.
Stick
We're
with,
good. We're
stick
good.
with us. So, a couple of things, and the stigma has changed a little bit over the years. It used to be, oh my gosh, all you can do, you can't finance them, pay cash only. No, you can finance them.
Yes.
Couple of extra hoops we have to jump through, yes, but it's okay. We've got this. We do them.
pretty
In
big.
fact,
That's a big hoop.
it's a big hoop.
Let's not sugarcoat these,
Dun,
folks.
dun, dun. So we can do them. We can actually even do them with as little as 5% down, believe it or not.
Or FHA.
Or
Still
FHA.
3.5% down.
Right, providing it meets FHA criteria. If not, we can do them conventional 5% down. But there's definitely some things, and we wanted to go
Yeah,
over some
and I
of
had
those
some
challenges.
Top questions too. So the first question is, what is a manufactured home?
Go ahead, you take that one.
Oh, good. She's so good to me. I'm going to read it by definition. Any dwelling unit on a permanent chassis attached to a permanent foundation system. And I'm going to throw in this disclosure. It must be manufactured June 15th, 1976 or later.
Right.
Anything before that cannot be done.
Right.
It's a cash deal.
And I'm going to throw in a couple of other ones, double wide, and when we say that it has to be converted to real estate, and it has to have the VIN number permanently retired. So those are some of the
It's got to be, you know,
absolute positive musts if we're looking at
and it
manufactured
must
homes.
be attached to land.
Yes.
So that's very, very important.
Yes.
And
Yeah, that was the next one actually. Can you finance it without the land? No.
no,
We
it's
have
gotta
our
be on land.
FAQs here.
Because there are those rental parks, and I've had people, you know,
Right.
those co-ops,
Right,
and
where
so
they
forth,
rent in the park.
and they're like, yeah, no.
Nope. Even if it's a land lease, 99-year or whatever, 100-year
It don't
land
matter.
lease. Nope, nope,
Nope.
nope, nope.
Do you want to talk about the difference between a manufactured home and a prefab?
And
You're good at this.
modular home, yes, actually.
This
So-
is different, unique properties.
This
There
is-
are differences.
Exactly, and this is one
Tell
that
me
a
the
lot
difference.
of people mix this one up a lot. Modular and manufactured, two different types of home. A manufactured
better?
homes, you know, they both have their positive and minuses.
Okay,
So
I messed you up, sorry.
that's okay. So the manufactured home is the one that everybody thinks of as a mobile home. That is a mobile home. That is a manufactured or mobile home.
And it wheeled in. all-
Right. You see them going down the road. There's two halves, you
There's
know, one
usually a truck
behind the other
behind
one.
it with a
and,
flashing light saying, woo, woo, wide
you know,
load, wide load.
They got some piers put down and the house plops on top of it and they button it together. That is a manufactured home or a mobile home. A modular home is something different. It was actually popular back in the 60s and the 70s where
Was
the
it really?
house was...
I wasn't born yet.
We
so.
used to have a lot of them up north. He wasn't born yet. You know, you're only a few years younger than me.
I can see if you're paying attention to me.
But anyway, so they used to build them inside of a factory. They still do. They build them inside of the factory. All of the pieces and all of the parts are put together in the factory, and then it's brought out to the property in pieces and then put together on the foundation.
So they're pre-made inside the factory as opposed to in the parking lot.
Prefabricated, which
as
comes
opposed to being
prefabricated modular
prefabbed
homes.
in the parking lot of the factory. So, all right, you keep saying inside. So they make them inside. They bring all the parts, and then it's like a Lego. It's like an erector set.
There you go.
Snap,
There
snap,
you go.
snap, snap. Here you go. Boom.
Lincoln Logs.
Yeah.
And it goes up.
I do remember those.
I know. I love Lincoln Logs. So there is a big difference in those. Now, modular homes are treated just like regular, what they call stick-built homes. Regular homes.
Really?
They are not treated like manufactured homes. They are not treated like mobile homes.
Because they can't wheel them off.
Exactly. They've never been on wheels. They've never had a VIN number.
Wow.
There's your difference.
And you know what's so funny? Some of those things are really beautiful. They really are.
I know.
mean, you see them come in and people, they get a bad stigma. But
I know.
man, some of these things are like, wow, that's a manufactured home?
Yeah.
It just means it was built somewhere else and
My
brought
parents
in.
lived in one for 17 years. It was gorgeous.
Were you allowed to stay there?
2 fireplaces.
Really?
Yeah, I was allowed to stay there.
Sorry.
Really?
Had 2 fireplaces.
All right. It did. It was nice.
All right. What else we got?
All right. Can we finance units that have been moved from a previous land location to a new one?
No.
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 Once it's there, it's there. Wheels and tongue get removed, don't get put back on.
Oh my God.
Not allowed to move anymore.
All right. That's interesting to know. What is this HUD data plate thing?
This is a biggie.
Because I keep hearing it in the office.
Exactly. So this is a biggie. So
And every time I hear about it, I hand my credit card and say, we got to order something.
an IBITS letter. Okay, so Fannie and Freddie just recently came out with, well, not recently came out with it. HUD's always been doing it. It's called the HUD data plate. There is the certification label, which is on the outside of the unit. That's the metal plate that you see, but that is not the HUD data plate. The HUD data plate is generally found inside, above the stove, usually in the kitchen cabinets or something like that.
Wow.
It has to have that. That has all of the information on it. If it does not have that, then the lender has to order what's called an IBITS letter.
Which is basically a way for
And
somebody.
he knows it's $50.
$50. It's a way for a company to collect $50, say, yeah, that's legit. Those numbers are good.
So that it has all the information that, and it is certifying the information
Just another step
of
in
the
the process.
manufactured quality of this particular
So
manufacturer.
there's a registered VIN to that.
Correct.
To make sure there weren't defects, et cetera. Wow.
Yes.
Wow, we got more to cover on this.
I know. Mobile homes are big. It's
Yeah,
got a
that's
lot.
good.
It's got a lot.
All
So
right,
we'll
so-
come back with a couple more things.
And we got more unique properties to talk about right after this.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
About more unique properties, whether it be the big McMansions to the rural housing to the manufactured home.
Right. So the modular homes.
Yeah, so let's finish talking about these
Manufacturers, because we do have a lot of
the
them in
guidance.
our area, and they are definitely, like we said, starting to be more popular. So what are the other key things that need to happen on a manufactured home?
The key things. All right, I'm not going to.
Barry, you want to take this one?
Yeah, I do. All right, key things. I'm going to just read them down to you.
Okay.
Can the wheels and axles or hitch remain on the chassis if the unit is properly anchored on the ground? No. They all got to come off. So can't have any wheels on it.
No.
I guess they're afraid somebody's going to steal it. You know?
Well, no, actually what happened is during the crash, when real estate crashed, people put the wheels and tongue back on and drove them away. So when Fannie Mae went to foreclose, no house.
Cereal.
That's
Really?
one of the reasons why they're really funky about that
so,
now.
wait, so if you were in Polk County and you were going through a divorce and...
Is this hypothetical?
Yeah. So that's how they lost it. That's how, like, it was named in it. You get the trailer. So they wheeled it away? This is what you're telling me?
So much for doing this part quick.
All right.
We were going to do this.
Good. Sorry, good. All right. What if the property is not on a publicly dedicated, maintained street?
We'll hit that in a minute.
All right. Well,
Next.
that's something else you got to talk about.
Insurance.
Do all the comparable sales on the appraisal grid have to be manufactured housing? Yes. So
Yes.
every one of the comps from the appraiser
Yes.
must be a manufactured
Yeah,
housing.
so if you like to bring comps to your appraiser, just make sure they're all manufactured homes.
Insurance, does it require special insurance coverage?
Nope.
No, but I'd buy extra wind if it were me.
And it might be a little bit more expensive. Not much, though, I'm finding, so it's not bad. However, here's a biggie.
Can you do a manufactured home in a flood zone? Yes.
Sort of.
Yes, as long as it's not FHA or VA.
FHA, they say
don't like
no,
it.
no
They don't
flood
like that.
zones.
Anyway, that's good information. So what do you want to say about the rural
The other
property?
thing one of the things that you find a lot of manufactured homes out in rural America, or even parts of our rural area in Pasco County or Hernando. So when you have a rural property, or even Hillsborough, there are a couple of things that we want to keep you in mind, whether it's a manufactured home or not. If the property is on a well, we need the water tested. If the property is on septic,
right.
we need septic done. There are also required distances that the well has to be away from your septic tank. Obviously, health reasons, they don't want any kind of contamination
Right.
leaking through.
Makes sense.
Exactly. There are also...
I kind of like that rule.
I know. There are also specific setbacks away from the road and away from other property. Your well, for example, has to be 10 feet away from the road,
Right.
10 feet away from other property lines. Again, because we don't know what's going on
You know
on
what
those properties.
and just my opinion for what it's worth, I think it's important for the realtor partners to know that information.
Right, up
to
front.
make sure, because if you're going to list one of these manufactured
Yes.
houses, you need
Know
to
this
know,
stuff.
is it going to qualify to get finance or
Right.
is it not?
Right,
So-
and it's not just FHA. Again, a lot of this has to do with conforming as well. The other thing that we get a lot of, or questions on, is private road. So some of these houses are out on dirt roads and it's a private road. That's a problem for a lender. You have to get a couple of things. If it is not maintained by either the city or the county,
Or whatever
and it is truly a
municipality.
private road, we need what's called a private road maintenance agreement, which means everybody on the street has to sign an agreement, come up with who's going to take care of that road and how is it going to be maintained. So there are definitely some different challenges that the lenders will have when you are at some of these unique properties, rural being one of those.
I would find out when you're listing, this is just me again, if you are a real estate professional, you're listing the property, get all those ducks in a row and you'll look like
Up front.
You'll look like a pro.
Right.
Because then you need to know, this cash only, is this eligible for FHA, VA, or do I need to go some kind of conventional financing?
And I know I said if it's a dirt road, I'm finding out they're not just dirt roads. There are a lot of private roads that are paved. So
Somebody
the
went through the
neighborhood got
expense.
together and had it paved or whatever, but it is still a private road.
They had a block
So
party.
definitely, like you said, they had a block party. They all chipped in.
Right.
So like you said, though, as the listing agent, if you're going to be taking this property as a listing, make sure that you get all of these things up and put it out there in the MLS so people know what to expect. The other agent, the buyer's agent coming in, has an idea right away to tell them, okay, these are some things that we need to get together. We need to check out up front. We need to get tested, water testing.
And maybe educate your buyers that are saying, hey, I want to buy a manufactured home, or a property in a rural area.
Just out in the boonies.
Or a McMansion, whatever it may be.
McMansion, right.
Know what you may be getting into and the challenges if they're going to obtain financing.
And the other thing is acreage that we didn't talk about during the break.
No.
we didn't hit that one. But acreage, that's another one. So if it has a ton of acres, just keep in mind the lenders are not going to like it if it is being used for any kind of business. So for example, if somebody is using it in their
McChickens.
Chickens, or they're farming, they've got corn crops on there or something, the lending is going to have a real hard time with that.
Becomes like mixed use then at that time.
Well, and the reason for that is if, God forbid, they stop making their payments and they have to foreclose on that house, they don't want to take the person's livelihood away from them as well as their house.
Right.
So they don't want
where
chickens. It's running a business as well.
They don't want to foreclose on chickens.
Are they discriminating against chickens, do you think?
Maybe anything's possible. All right. Hey,
See what
good
Kentucky
information.
Fried has to say
I
about
learned
that.
a lot today. I don't know about you, but
I hope they did.
yeah, I hope so. So I know, this is not everybody's favorite subject.
I know.
But they all got excited when we talked about the wealthiest people. And then we went down this road.
And then they went click.
Yeah.
No, hopefully you didn't turn us
I know.
off. There
Hey,
was good information here about the
This is great
manufactured
information.
segment.
Share it, like us, put it out. We're on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Share it with your friends. Forward this email. How'd you
Yes,
get it? How'd you
please.
find us?
YouTube.
Yeah,
Don't forget YouTube.
don't forget
Thank
YouTube.
you,
Yeah.
Eric, and all my other friends who watch on YouTube.
Yeah, and what about the lightning?
And the Lightning.
Go lightning.
Go Bolts.
Yep. Have a
Woo!
good,
Thanks
right.
everybody for watching. We are today and every day.
Moving forward.
We'll
Have
see
a
you
great
next
week.
Bye-bye.